Dear students, it is the second video for week 5th, lesson 9, and in this video we are going to talk about Khwaja Nasmuddin and Khan Liaquat Ali Khan. The major events that took place that on September 14, 1948, Khwaja Nasmuddin was made Governor General and Liaquat Ali Khan as Prime Minister. He resumed the office. On September 17, 1948, India invaded Hyderabad Deccan, the Muslim state in middle of India. On March 12, 1949, objective resolution was passed, and in the same year, in 1949, the Public and Representative Disqualification Act was introduced. On September 28, 1950, first report of the Basic Principle Committee was produced, and on 16 October 1951, Liaquat Ali Khan was assassinated in Rawalpindi. These are the major events. Well, after the unexpected death of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Khwaja Nasmuddin resumed the office of Governor General. Khwaja Nasmuddin was really an intelligent, hardworking member of Muslim League. When Quaid-e-Azam passed away, he was the Chief Minister of the East Pakistan. He was respected as an honest and talented politician. Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan asked him to join this office. Khwaja Nasmuddin quickly realized that Liaquat Ali Khan is more brilliant choice for Pakistan administration. People of Pakistan like him. He also had a vast experience working in various demographic change and challenges, because since Pakistan movement and in British era, he used to be the minister and finance minister. As finance minister, his abilities were excellent. Well, these both the leaders remain stout because they were among the pioneers of the Pakistan movement in the at that time, and they were the earliest visionary people. These both personalities tried hard to put Pakistan on the right track of democracy, Islamic vision, and to follow the true spirit of the Pakistan movement. For them, there were so many challenges, as I explained, that the challenge of Indian invasion, internal conflicts, language issues, riots, and there was also the challenge of drought, shortage of food and resources. But among all these challenges, the constitutional challenge was the most important, and it remained unfilled. For this purpose, objective resolution, known to us as Qaraardad-e-Maqasid, was a major step taken by Khan Liaquat Ali Khan and Khwaja Nasruddin. Well, the objective resolution is a milestone achievement that it settled the orientation for Pakistanis to draft a constitution according to the needs and demands of the public, for which the the country was framed. After independence in 1947, Pakistan actually was being ruled under the Indian Independence Act, which was an amended version of the Government of India Act. A constituent assembly was set up to frame a new constitution, but until it reported, the Governor General would have control the entire field of government activity, but under the control of cabinet. Well, the Constituent Assembly was settled. Constituent Assembly technically is an assembly designed by the Governor General to write down the Constitution. Clear? Okay, the assembly made some recommendations on March the 12th, 1949, and gave the following major points. Number one, Constitution should observe the principles of democracy, freedom, equality, tolerance, and social justice as were laid down by Islam. That Constitution must follow democracy, freedom, equality, tolerance, and social justice, which was expressed by Islam. Second point, Muslim would be able to lead their lives according to the Islamic principles. This was the major event, that all the Muslims belonging to all ethnic affiliations should be able to live their lives according to the Islamic principles. Third, other religious groups should be able to practice their own religion freely. Fourth, minorities and the poor would be legally protected from the social injustice. All fundamental human rights should be guaranteed. The legal system should be independent of government. That the judiciary, the system of courts, that should be free from the pressure of the other departments or the administration. Now, although the objective resolution is a very major document and it contained several key and foundation references to Islam, and the Islamic Sharia and Islamic scholars were made the part of this. Yet uh, there were certain objections that were made on the objective resolutions, and these objections were raised in Basic Principle Committee on 28th September 1950. Fine. Uh, that was a committee framed to further look into that what type of constitution should be designed for Pakistan. Anyway, the criticism made on the objective resolution. Number one, East Pakistan has a much. The first uh, objection was from the people of Bengal. Fine. East Pakistan had a much larger population than West Pakistan and resented the idea of equal representation in the National Assembly. The East Pakistanis also resented having to accept Urdu as the official language at the expense of Bengali. Well, the two uh, problems were that, as was in objective resolution or the principal committee, it was said that uh, in the principal committee that equal representation will be made to the people both in East and West, whereas the people in Bengal, they resented, they got angry because their population was large in number and they so demanded more seats. Secondly, they wished that the movement for Pakistan was actually run by those people. Secondly, they were larger in number. Thirdly, they were more qualified in terms of the worldly education than the people of West. So they wished that Bangla should be their national language. But Qaid-e-Azam in his lifetime had declared that Urdu will be the lingua franca or the national language for the Pakistanis. Second uh, objection came, and that was provincial politicians objected to the powers being given to the head of state and to the federal government. This is really very different. That head of the state, mean the governor general, or was more powerful personality or officer, and the provinces wish this, that there should be the certain powers with the provinces so that they may make decisions according to the will of their people. Perhaps at that time the situation was different because rather than giving powers to the provinces, the need for a unified, sound central government was required because that was the time when anything could be happen. And unfortunately, in Pakistan, there were certain suspicions about certain people that there may happen something. Well, religious groups also complained that the constitution was not sufficiently Islamic. Well, and they wanted that there should be more pure Islamic grounds, but as per the vision of Qaid-e-Azam and pulse of time, the things, the pure Islamic uh, teachings and could not be included in constitution, and this is still felt a gap in the hearts of the religious fractions. And you must be amazed that, however, in different constitutions, a few points of the Islamic ideology and law has been included, but our today's liberal and the people having the opponent view watch them as most dangerous thing for Pakistan, and these are still a kind of friction between the representatives in your parliament. Some want that there should be Islamic and Hasba bill and many other bills. They were presented in the parliament. Uh, they had to face severe criticism from PPP and other parties who had some secular and other point of view. Clear? So, objective resolution in short is a very important uh, guidelines, a preamble for all the constitutions going to be designed for Pakistan. Next thing is Public and Representative Offices Disqualification Act. This act was actually introduced by the government to identify, litigate, means to trial and disqualify the public servants, those who are in the which who are not aligned with the ideology of Pakistan, who are not paying attention to their offices, and they were involved in a kind of what we say malicious activities or dishonesty. This act aimed to eliminate corruption. But as I assume that this act was a direct iron hand on the very initial years by the civil government, and this might have resented the topmost officials, the offices or Afsar-e-Shahi, and resultantly establishment uh, created a cover, and you still find a fight between establishment and the elected governments, and this fight is still continued, and unfortunately the civil and the unfortunately officer Shahi or establishment are the winners even now. You can see that Imran Khan, although is trying to distill the corruption and naming many things, it is going to be knocked down by the high officials because they are too clever and too creative than the civil governments. And I'm really sorry in expressing this, that there should be at least a rule of law. The supremacy of parliament should be observed, for which the people of Pakistan had to sacrifice, and at least all the departments and people should remain in limits as per the constitution devise them. But again, most unfortunate that quite less offices and quite less departments observe their uh, legal and constitutional responsibility, and the reason is, and the result is continuous power mongering and tussling between the departments. Okay, thank you very much.